The moment you've all been waiting for.
You what?
Well, that hit the spot.
So this week, guys, on the Gosscast, we have the one and only Rebecca Gormley from Love Island. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Good. We're so excited to have you on the podcast because obviously we are brainwashed with all things Love Island at the moment. It's all that's on my mind. Have you been watching the series? Let's kick it off.
Yes, I have. If I'm honest, previous Love Islands, I've never actually watched them. I mean, I know that probably comes as a shock considering I went on the show myself. But it's so refreshing watching this show, like, because I can know what they're feeling, and it's just so nice seeing what they're doing and stuff. And I think these people in the villa, they've got such big characters, like they're all so different.
Yeah. Like, who is your favorite? Because I think there's been a lot of people moaning about Love Island this year. At the start, people were like, can't really get into it, I don't really like the characters. I personally am getting into it. Like, I'm starting to like everyone. So what about you? Like, what are the big personalities for you?
I think, the Chloe, the bombshell that went in.
Yeah.
I really like her. Like, I feel like at the start, obviously her role going in as a bombshell is quite a big role. So I know exactly how she was feeling. So she's definitely one of my favorites. I really like Jake.
Yeah.
You know, the guy that's with Liberty?
Yeah.
I really like him. Like, he seems like such a cool guy. Like, he seems like he's got like the banter. Like, I feel like he's quite like a main character in the villa.
I feel so sorry for Liberty though. I think everyone's at home being like, no, what are you doing?
I know. But the thing is, right, like, I think in that villa, it's very intense. Like, you only known these people a couple of days, but it feels like it's been like a week, because it's like 24 hours together.
Yeah.
So I think what the guys are doing is the right thing by like not locking themselves off too soon. Like, yes, Liberty's been right for him there and then, but now someone else has came in who's kind of his type. They're going to explore their options, and I think it's the best thing to do. I think on my series, if I'm honest, right, when I went in as a bombshell, I feel like all the guys that I was getting to know, like, were all wifed off, and they'd only known the girls not even a week, and I'm like,
yeah.
Good
point. And like, obviously, tell us what the process is actually like being a bombshell, because obviously you kind of know you're going in there. It's kind of like you have to get a guy, steal a man. The girls are going to be a little bit intimidated by you. Like, were you really nervous?
Do you know, if I'm honest, right, like, I knew I was going in, the told us I was going in, but I didn't know exactly if I was going to be a main or if I was going to be a bombshell. Anyways, when I was told I was going to be a bombshell, I was buzzing about it. Like, I was like, oh my God. Like, I feel like it's a bigger role because you've got a lot more to stand up to. Obviously, all of these people have already made friends. They've got their little comfortable couples. And then you've got to go in there and stir things up. To be honest, when I went in, I was so nervous, but I think the excitement took over the nerves. So it was like both combined together. So it was a mad feeling, but an amazing feeling. So going in was the scariest part, but afterwards it was just like, whoa, like, it was just so exciting.
Are the producers literally outside with you? Are they like 3, 2, 1, go? Like, go in.
Well, when I was when I was waiting to go in, it kept raining, so I had to keep stopping. So, and then I went in and I just done it the first time. Like, I came back and I was like, I think I've done it wrong. Because I panicked so much.
Yeah.
But I done it the first time off, thankfully. Imagine trying to lap dance on someone a second time. It wouldn't go smoothly.
And how do you think the girls are this year? I have to say, I feel like they're all being quite nice to each other. Like, even with the bombshells, like when Rachel came in, everyone seemed to be really nice to her as well.
I think they're very nice. Since watching this new Love Island, it made me want to watch my series because I've never watched it back, never, ever. So I really wanted to watch it. So I started watching it. And if I'm totally honest, I think my series, when I first went in, I felt like the girls were very cold towards me. And not that I felt it in the villa, but watching it back, I was like, oh, like, I felt like I was closer to the boys at the start.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like the like had like their guard up, which is understandable. I mean, I'd probably be the same. But I think you go in there, like everyone's in there for the same reason. So I think you've just got to accept that there is going to be bombshells coming in, and everyone just needs to just get along, you know?
And do you think that everyone that goes on Love Island, they genuinely are looking to find love? Do you think that's everyone's be and all, or is there a few of them that, like, even in this series, I think maybe they just want to be famous?
No, I don't think everyone goes on there just to find love. Definitely not.
I know it's hard, especially when you're watching them. You're like, which one is here for love? Which one isn't? I think Brad is getting quite a lot of stick online.
So when I first seen Brad, I thought, oh, he's a good-looking man. He is a good-looking boy. And I thought at the start, I thought he was going to be like the bit of the Jack the Lad. But then when he was talking to the girls and stuff and wasn't really giving them much back, like just constantly talking about himself, I thought he'd be like a little bit bored, wouldn't you?
Yeah, there's zero chat. That's what I think is missing. We all want someone Irish to go in there because we just think there's crack missing from the villa. There just isn't a character.
Yeah.
That Aaron is actually really funny. I think he's nice, but the rest of the lads seem really serious or something.
Yeah. You know, my series as well, there was a lot of Londoners. I think like they needed a bit more like northern people in the show. But yeah, I know what you mean. With the
You're doing it such a long time. Like obviously you know this more than anyone. Like obviously you need to get on with everyone. Like what's an actual day like in the villa from start to finish? Like how does it all go down?
The thing is, but you never know what the time is or anything. So from the minute you get up, like I was straight at the kitchen, like scranning, like I needed grub. But do you know, before you know it, because there's so much that went on in one day, like before you know it, the evening was there, and then before you know it, you were off to bed. But I think because there's no phones, there's no TV, there's no nothing that you can, you know, distract yourself with other than just chatting to people or going working out in the gym. Some days did seem quite long. I guess it depends what was going on. I mean, when I first went in, and I feel like there was like my situation with the boys, and then the situation where I was like having chats with Shanice and stuff. I think those days went pretty quick, but the days where there wasn't much, you know, if you're in the couple that there's not much going on, I feel like the days just kind of long.
And is there anything you would do differently? Like now that you're starting to watch the series back, are you watching back and like, oh God, I should have done that? Or like, how do you feel about it now?
Do you know what? Right, I started watching it and I thought I was going to be like cringing at myself, but if I'm honest, I wasn't. Like I was just like, I felt like I was just being me. I've only watched a couple of the series though. I didn't start watching the rest of it. But I think, sorry, I've lost track of thought there. What was I even saying?
I was going to ask you, what advice would you give to if the guys and the girls in there now could actually get a Zoom from you today, what would you say is your number one advice? Because it's still very early on in the show.
Yeah, no, my advice would be just to be yourself and do what makes you happy. You know, people go on about girl code and respecting this one and respecting that one. Yes, you can respect people and, you know, there's ways about going about things, but everyone's in there for themselves. No one's in there to play happy families. Do you know what I mean? Like people want to do their own thing. And I mean, if you do something to try and please someone else, the only person who's going to suffer is yourself. So you've got to do what makes you happy. Definitely. Oh, that's what we were saying. You were saying was there be anything I would change?
Yeah.
So there wouldn't be anything I would change. However, it taught us a lesson to go with me gut rather than me head. Okay. So when I was in there, obviously I was a bit of a man eater in the villa. I'm sure everyone will agree with this. But in there, so with the boys, obviously I got with quite a few boys. And when I was in there, obviously I got coupled up with Jordan at the end, right? So Jordan obviously was my type. Like I was really feeling it with him. And then as a few days went on, I was just like, I'm not really feeling it. And I was saying, like, I really like that Biggs, you know, because we got on so well. And I thought I was just going crazy because there was so many boys. And my gut was telling us, no, Rebecca, like, this guy's a bit of you. So yeah, and then obviously I left the villa and ended up with Big Swan. It's been a massive life lesson is to always go with me gut and not follow me head.
And tell me, how did that all happen? Like, it's so crazy. I love stories like this where someone else was there and you didn't actually get together there, but then when you left, that's when it happened.
Do you know what? In the villa, right, I was saying to the girls, I was like, do you know what? I think he's a bit of me, like I like the guy, like the funny one, the one that's center of attention, like the one that's the joker. And he was all that. And even in group conversations, me and him had so much in common, like everything we were so mutual with. So I remember when I came out the villa, I done like an interview, and I know he'd done an interview saying that he had liked us and stuff. Anyways, when I got my phone back, he had messaged my Instagram saying, oh, like Rebecca was lovely, such a nice, genuine girl, like always talking about our family and just really nice. Anyways, I ended up chatting to him and I was just like, oh, like I really want to come to London. Like I need to come and meet management and stuff. And he was like, come. I was like, I know, but I'm like a little bit nervous coming on my own, coming out the villa and stuff. I didn't know how it was all going to be. Anyways, he said, well, I'll look after you. And anyways, I went and met him like a few days after, and the first night, I sometimes I think, this is terrible, but the first night I ended up with him and we ended up, and then we've just never been away from each other since. I mean, during lockdown, yes, but that was only because we had to, do you know what I mean? But we've been together like all the time. And it's great.
Right, you just knew straight away.
I mean, I was only with him for 6 months, and then because I was like, we'll just see how things go. But things just took off and went absolutely amazing. Like I couldn't have asked for a better relationship. That wasn't meant to happen, but happened. So 6 months into it wasn't a relationship at the start, but 6 months into it, we went on holiday together and we're on the jet skis, right? And he was on his phone, like live on Instagram, and I was papping me pants, right? I was like nipping his back out, get me off this jet ski now. And he was like, I've got something to ask you. And I was like, what? And he was like, well, your baby girlfriend. And I was like, no, get us back to shore now. And he was like, will you be my girlfriend? And I was like, yes, just get us back. And then that was it. I was his girlfriend from that day, and here we are now.
You seem really serious. Did I hear you're moving in together? Is that the plan?
Yeah. So obviously he lives in Glasgow, I live in Newcastle. So I mean, for the first year, like it's been great traveling up and down, it's been exciting. But now I'm like, right, we need to get a base where we stay together and then travel here, there, and everywhere. So I think we want to move to Manchester. I mean, there's nothing in place definite as of yet.
Okay.
But I feel like Manchester is the place where I want to be.
That's so exciting. It's such a huge step for you guys as well.
Yeah, like I'm such a home girl. Like I'm such a mommy's girl. Like I'm always at home, love staying with my mom. But for work commitments and just things to be better, like obviously with modeling for me and work and stuff, it's just going to be so much better. Like Manchester is where everything happens, I think. And London's too space for me.
The lockdowns were so interesting for couples because it either brought them closer or it like drove them apart. So it seems like it brought you guys closer overall.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the lockdown lifting has been a test for people's relationship, but
for sure.
I just adore the kids. I love him.
And watching it now, because I have to bring this up as well. So I don't know if you saw the other day, Love Island put out a statement basically asking people to stop being so mean to the contestants. Watching it now this year, seeing it kind of live, the tweets, the Instagrams, how do you feel about all that? Because obviously you got a little bit of drama on Twitter and stuff when you first went in.
Yeah, and it just horrifies me, like how people could be so mean to like troll people who they don't even know. And I think what people forget as well, like in that villa we're recorded for like 24 hours a day, and people are only seeing an hour's clip on a night time.
Yeah.
And obviously it's reality TV. Of course you're going to judge people, have your opinion and stuff, but to physically slate people to the hell heavens and be disgustingly vile just absolutely baffles me. I'm like, it's just disgusting.
Because realize it was so bad because when they put out the statement, I was like, what's going on? And then they said that Chloe's Instagram account, I think, had been sent death threats. It just feels like people haven't learned, and it's sad to watch it because, you know, they're all going to come out of the house and they're going to see all this stuff online. Like, did you see it when you came out straight away? Did you get your phone and go, oh my God?
Do you know what? My friend who was looking after my Instagram, obviously the tools on Instagram where you can like cancel out like horrible words and things. I do know that there was things going around us. Obviously, I've seen memes and stuff. But you know, like I generally just think these people who do have something bad to say, people who try and bring others down, I think it all comes down to jealousy, if you ask me. Like I generally do. Like I think, why would you want to try and bring someone else down? You're either unhappy in yourself or you're jealous of what they've got. So I think with me, I kind of just brush it off. I mean, don't get us wrong. I have days where I think, like people say, oh, she looks like the girl off Wreck-It Ralph. Look at her ears. She looks like the UF Cup and that. And, you know, I laugh about it, but little version of me, years and years ago when I was young, you know, that really hurt and affected me. But now I'm just like, whatever. If that gives you a kick calling someone about their ears, then, you know, crack on.
It's amazing that you've such thick skin like that, though. I feel like you need that to go on the show, though, right? Because I think if you're in any way sensitive, it would just be too much to deal with.
No, I completely agree. Like, I do think you have to be very strong-minded to go in there, and I think it's a big decision that you need to make. Like, I don't think people realize like everything that comes with it, as well as like, you know, people knowing who you are, like the fame and becoming a celeb and stuff. Like, there's a lot that comes with it, I think.
And what was the whole process like for you? How did you actually get on the show?
You know, this is a funny one because a few seasons ago, I was supposed to go on, but then something happened, so I couldn't go on. And then they wanted us again the last season, but I had a boyfriend, and I wasn't going to be that person that stuck with my boyfriend just to go on TV. I dumped my boyfriend to go on TV, sorry. So I was like, no, sorry. And then I split up with him. I split up with him like a couple of months after. I couldn't believe it. But I finished him, so like it was kind of on my behalf. But you know, and then obviously this season I was single. I'd been single for like 6-7 months, obviously splitting from him. And I was like, all right, this is my time. I'm ready to go in now. So yeah, then literally, I still had to fill out the, like, obviously the application and stuff, but I'd done 2 auditions. Like I'd been the first time to like London and done all the things that you need to do. And then the second time round, obviously I actually went in this time.
So exciting. And if you were in the villa for this series, who would you couple up with? Do you know?
Oh, I've got a boyfriend, but let's just pretend he can't hear this. So looks wise, can I say a few?
Oh, for it. Yeah, I want to hear it all.
I think looks wise, it would, let's say top 3. I remember Love Island used to always ask us who my top 3 is. So I think top 3 would definitely be Brad, Aaron, and Jake.
They're good choices. Good choices.
Yeah.
The only thing, personality-wise, I feel out of those, Aaron is my favorite. I think Aaron is actually just so nice and chatty. Brad, could you actually sit with Brad for a full hour? You could look at him. He is gorgeous. But
he's really nice to look at, but I like someone who gives us something back, like massively. Like I want to know all about what they've done and vice versa, you know. So when someone's just standing there talking about themselves, it's a bit of a turn off. I mean, he's probably a lovely boy. Like he probably is such a nice boy, but if I was planning on getting in a relationship with, like on that show and wanting to get with someone, no, I wouldn't pick Brad.
And then from the couples you've kind of seen, or even just the people that are there, who do you think could be a winning couple? Do you think there's any in there right now?
Well, obviously those 2 new girls have came in, haven't they? And they're obviously stirring things up a little bit. But I think them 2, again, they're very strong characters. And I can't even remember her name, not Lucinda, but the other one, the one with the short blonde hair. She is very flirty, a lot of eye contact, and I feel like I'm buying into her already. Like I'm really liking her. So I think either one of them two is definitely going to go far. With who, I don't know, but I do think they're going to go far. I'd love to say Liberty and Jake, but obviously there's that little hiccup they're having on this. So
It's so true about Millie. When I was watching it last night, I think I even fancied Millie last night. The way she was staring at everyone, she
was looking into my eyes. I was like, whoa.
I think Lucinda and Brad could end up being a really good couple.
But you know what? One thing I will say about Brad, like, he's been true to himself. Like, yes, he's done what he's needed to do, but like, he's like, right, like, Lucinda, like, you can see he's given her a bit more. He's like making a bit more of an effort with her. I can totally tell.
Yeah. And are there any
girls I didn't feel that?
No, I think that's been the problem in the series so far. There's not too much chemistry going on, but I think the two girls coming in is totally shaking things up. And then is there anything about Love Island that we don't know that you can actually tell us? Is there anything that we don't know that goes on? Because obviously when Shannon left, there was loads of rumors that she was forced out because she wasn't kissing the boys. And then Amber Gill was like, no, that's not how it works. It's okay if you don't kiss the boys. Everyone's trying to wonder, like, how does it work?
Yeah, I don't think you would need to kiss the boys. I mean, I know when I wasn't there and I've kissed someone, but I don't really know what to say.
No, see,
I should.
People are always trying to find out like what. I think Greg O'Shea said a couple of months ago that there's a camera in the bathroom that we all didn't know about. Like this is so.
Oh yeah. There's a camera in the bathroom, and obviously you've got your mic on as well. And I'm like, I used to take this mic off and put it on the floor. I'm like, no one's hearing me on the toilet.
And what did you miss the most when you were in the villa? Was it something like your phone? Were you like, what is happening in the outside world?
I think it was the unknown. I didn't know what was going on outside of the work. Say that again. I didn't know what was going on outside. Yeah. And yeah, the not having your phone, like not being able to check what's going on and music.
Yeah.
Music was a big thing for me. Like I listen to music in the car, in the toilet, in the shower, anywhere, everywhere. Like I need music. And to not have that, I mean, don't get it wrong, we did get days where there was down days where we were allowed music.
Yeah. I didn't know you weren't allowed to have music playing most of the days, like on filming. Yeah. That's crazy.
Bit naff because I think music like kind of gets you in the mood, and obviously only having 2 glasses of wine on a night time, and you know, like I need at least 3 to make us feel like I'm on my way. Do you know what I mean? So 2 glasses of wine, I think that's a tease. Like it was sort of getting towards the end. I was like, these 2 glasses of wine, like I don't even see the point in us drinking them.
Like water.
Yeah, massively. And so you'd get a glass of wine, like a glass of bullet out, and it'd have like that much wine in.
And before we go, what are you up to at the moment? Obviously, you and Biggs, you're trying to find your place. What are you doing right now? How have you been handling the last couple of months with the lockdowns and everything? How's it all going?
Well, being honest, right, the coming out of the villa, the lockdown, like, you know, I guess it was tough for everyone. But then the start of this year, I was like, right, I'm ready to get my shit together. Like, I'm ready to train hard, ready to eat good. Then I had a massive accident at the start of the year. So that put us back like 5 months. But now that I'm feeling so much better in myself mentally and physically, I'm smashing the gym, you know, trying to get my body back to a place where I want it to be. Like, not that I'm majorly unhappy or anything. I just want to work on myself and make myself like the best version of me. I've got some exciting collabs coming up, and you know, I'm just working away at me modeling and stuff. So things are really well, actually.
I love what you're saying that you're focusing on yourself, because I feel like with the lockdown, some people are feeling lonely, they don't know what to do with their time. It's like such a good time to just look after yourself, work out, eat well, be healthy.
Well, I think during lockdown, I mean, I'm sure a lot of other people can agree with us on this one, but I found myself drinking a lot. Like every night, well, not every night, that's a massive.
Or more than 2 glasses of wine for once.
Because it was lovely weather as well, like a little Copperberg never went amiss, you know what I mean? Just a little fruity cider in the sun. But I feel like I just binge watch Netflix and just, I totally like, I didn't use the lockdown time to the best of my advantage. And that's me being completely honest. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I done this and done that. I totally didn't. I was so lazy.
Yeah, sometimes you need that though. You need a break. And are you going to watch this entire series now to the end? Are you invested?
Well, the other day, normally I'm like, right, I'll get home. Like, so for the past week when it's been on, I'm like, no, I need to be home for Love Island. But the past couple of days, like, I've just been catching up on it. Like, I've not been like, right, I need to get home and see. I think I'm waiting for something like whoosh to go on in there, like something super duper exciting. I think they're just teasing us at the minute. It's like a lion going to get its prey. I'm waiting for the big rah.
I know, I feel like there is going to be drama, and I think Casa Amor is happening a little bit earlier this year as well. So I think we're all just like,
But what about that? See, that's when the drama's going to happen.
so excited. Well, look, thank you so much for joining us. It was so interesting chatting to you, and best of luck with everything.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to speak to you as well.
You what? Well, that hit the spot.